How's it going, everyone? My name is Brandon. Welcome back to Banter Broadcast. Hope you guys are doing well. We are in the midst of free agency. We're on day 3 of free agency.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Ugh.
Boy, do we have some exciting news, exciting stuff to talk about. Of course, I am joined with Ben, who's finally back after a month. Ben, how you doing?
Very tired.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
All right. Did you have a good month hiatus or so?
I did, but I can't wait to get back.
I'm back, baby!
So I'm here now.
Back to the grindstone. But let's just get right into it. Today we're talking about Kemba moving from Oklahoma City to the New York Knicks. This is a fantastic move. I should say. Fantastic move for both the player and the team, as I think Kemba's going to give him an option at point guard that's going to allow him more consistent scoring and playmaking compared to Emmanuel Quickly, who's coming off a terrific rookie year, and also with them re-signing Derrick Rose. It's more depth at the guard position. Ben, let's just get right into it. So what does this mean for Kemba Walker and the New York Knicks now? Is this going to make them legit title contenders coming out of the East, or at least a high playoff seed this during the season?
Look, I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll see it when I believe it. Yeah.
Let's be honest. I think a lot of people can, and I will sort of write off this past sort of year for a lot of different teams, and New York benefited from a lot of teams not playing as well as they can. I mean, I'm not going to cut corners on this. Is not coming from a Heat fan. This is coming from someone who watched New York play. A Tom Thibodeau team doesn't last long.
That's what she said.
How good they are doesn't last long. They usually start off very well, and they have.
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
But let's just see how this can go. I do think picking up Kemba Walker might be the most exciting signing that they've had. I mean, I don't know how excited you can get for Evan Fournier for $72 million.
No way. That's insane.
But yeah, I would say that Kemba Walker does add. If he probably will come off the bench, he is also with Derrick Rose, so he doesn't have to take as much pressure as he was if he was going to stay in Oklahoma, or how much he had with the Celtics at that point guard position. So I think it helps. I think it helps alleviate sort of the stress that he can have. But I will say, I think it's a good move for New York if it's cheap. I don't know. If it's a good move for New York, if it's a 1 or 2 year deal, I don't really see that much of a future with Kemba Walker in New York, unless he has sort of a career resurgence.
So last year, as we saw with the Boston Celtics, they struggled, and you can put some of the blame on Kemba Walker. His efficiency was down. He was also in and out of the lineup with injuries, so he wasn't playing the most consistent amount of time of basketball during that season. He wasn't cardiac Kemba, the Kemba that we want to see hitting those step back, free throw line jumpers.
Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again!
I think with this move for New York, it gives them more scoring, which is something that they need. And as much as I want to criticize the amount of money they dealt to Evan Fournier,
Tell them to bring me my money.
it's something that they needed. And it was apparent during that Atlanta Hawks series where after they would, kind of slow down Julius Randle, they didn't have another option to go to. Now they bring back Derrick Rose, they sign Evan Fournier, and bring back Kemba Walker, who I think, honestly, going to his hometown team, because he did grow up in New York, I think, honestly, this will I think he could have a career resurgence. I think this could be a signing that maybe puts New York over the top, and it's like, all right, we could be up there with Giannis and the Bucks, or Joel Embiid and the 76ers, or the Brooklyn Nets with the big three, the three-headed monster trio that they have. This could put them over the top. Now, of course, Tom Thibodeau's teams are notorious for being one of the best defensively. So, that's going to be an issue because Kemba isn't the best guard in terms of defense, but also having a guy like Alex Burks next to him, or Emmanuel Quigley played all right. Derrick Rose could stay in front of a defender and all, but also having guys in the front court that could defend the rim if they get blown by. I think honestly, this team looks exciting. I'm not gonna put too much hype over it because I'm also not a Knicks fan and I don't want to give them too much credit. But at the same time, like, New York should get excited because their team under Leon Rose has done a complete 180. And this New York franchise can honestly, I think, could make a big playoff push come playoffs next season. But Ben, any final thoughts on this Kemba move?
I mean, also another thing to look at is why would Oklahoma trade for Kemba if this happened? Well, what Oklahoma is doing right now is very confusing to me. It doesn't seem like they have a very good sense of direction.
My goals are beyond your understanding.
They just paid Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's great. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's been amazing. And what they do with these older guys is that they recoup their sort of value for them. So the amount of stuff that they gave away for Kemba, which was Al Horford, another, I forgot.
And Moses Brown. But yeah, they got the thing. I think the big thing for them was getting the 16th pick, if I'm not mistaken, from the Celtics in that trade.
But I get it. I get it. Have all the picks in the world. I understand.
Give me two more! Give me two more!
But like, I don't know. You could probably have gotten more if you would have waited with Kemba for a year, or waited with someone for a year rather than just buying him out. Maybe this is more so of a kind of nice way of saying, hey, look, we don't want to ruin your career. Oh, we don't want you to have to stay here. If you really want to go to a contender, we'll just buy you out. That's not a bad thing. Maybe.
I think that was always going to be the option anyways. If they couldn't find another, because you got to think, Kemba, I think with him, it was just a contract that was an issue. So I don't think he would have found a suitor. Maybe the Clippers, if they were interested, if they could make the salaries work, which I don't know if they could. I know they were being talked about. I think the Lakers even before the Russell Westbrook trade. So I think with this move happening, I think it allows Kemba to go to the Knicks, which I think was a team that he wanted to go to before it ended up signing with the Celtics anyways. Like 2-3 years ago during that free agency. And then also, I think what it allows Oklahoma City to do, you get off of Al Horford's contract. Yeah, you have to play Kemba because it's a contract buyout, so he's still going to be impacted on your books. But he's not going to give you the same productivity that Chris Paul did, where they made that miraculous fifth-seeded run to the playoffs, and everyone counted them out. But Chris Paul was like, nah, we're going to be competitive, and they were. And you also pick up another additional pick outside the lottery, but still a high pick in this year's draft. So honestly, it's not like you could see why it's confusing, but at the same time, they're a team that's willing to take on salary dump contracts and salary fillers as long as they're getting some compensation.
If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Which means, maybe a young player or two, or first round with limited protection or an unprotected pick. But that's going to be it for us. Ben, thank you so much for coming back. I hope, honestly, you're ready to get back on that grind. You just keep pushing out content. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Have a good one, and peace.